What I just told the team is I thought we came in and really battled. Lost that first set, tell a little bit of nerves and not being very aggressive, but what a great response to take the second and third set. I thought everything that we were doing began to get a flow, and we began to connect in that second and third set. And I don't think it was anything really that we didn't do in the fourth and fifth sets as much as it was what they did. That's a good team, and we knew it was a good team. We expected exactly what they brought. They're steady, they're balanced, they have a lot of weapons out there. Ball control became very steady in the fourth and fifth set for them, and so they could use the hitters that they wanted to use. So a lot of credit has to go to Arkansas Fort Smith. I think our team played well. We battled hard. What a breakout night for our libero, Kylie Haun, who obviously has been an outside hitter for us for years, but we just changed her role 2 to 3 weeks ago. 22 kills is just an outstanding effort by her tonight. We got everything we could out of Kylie Haun, and I think another real bright spot was Stephanie Laraway. I wish we could have used her a little more later in the match, but for her to have the kind of night that she did as a freshman is a very bright spot. Overall, I thought our defense was outstanding. We knew we had to come in and be relentless. I think at times we made too many errors, and that probably was the difference in the match. But that's a good team. I thought we were a good team today. It's a very disappointing loss for us. We didn't talk about the errors. We just talked a lot about needing to get Brandi up on the net. Up on the net where she could run a little more dynamic offense. Obviously we gave 67 balls to Kylie Haun and 59 to Michaela Smith. That's way top heavy for our outsides, I think, and it would have been great if we were in system just a little bit more to give a more balanced offensive attack. But I go back to the defensive effort, and I really think that is what kind of pulled us out of perhaps a hesitant start, was just a relentless, scrappy defense, and we made them work for their points. They did the same to us, so perhaps they were just a little bit better at that than we were. In the fourth and fifth set, we just couldn't find the floor, and we were taking great swings, smart shots, mixing our shots up, but it just seemed like everywhere we went they were there, and so very hats off to them for a great defensive effort as well. Well, maybe. I just felt like we came out and, we didn't. They were first on the board and they put a little distance between us. I know when we crossed over it was 8-4. You can come back from that, but not if a team is playing that kind of defense and fairly flawless. They made a few errors, but they just made us work so hard for points. I can remember some rallies that, we just looked gassed at the end, both teams. So it's a testament to the great defensive effort by both sides. But
I'm not sure. I was really trying to enjoy the experience, mostly getting to play in this super nice arena, getting to play a different team not from the RMAC, especially Fort Smith. Being an O2 my entire life, it kind of just happens. I try to take the role of being the consistent hitter and surviving the rallies, just trying to keep the ball in. I'll try to take my swings when I get the chance and hope for the best. But honestly, I think I can rely so much on my team throughout this entire season that it's really been a nice relief.
Can you talk about
Yeah, we played a extremely tough preseason, so I think that truly helped us throughout the season, being able to draw from the different battles and the different situations that we came to, and playing all the teams that we did, like Ferris State and Concordia and Angelo, people like that. So.
Well, it's always nice to have your go-to hitter, especially a hitter like Kylie. She's just awesome out there, and all my hitters, I trust all of them. And I guess tonight I just was wanting to set up Kylie, and when a hitter's on like that, you keep setting them. Oh yeah, Stephanie's been working so hard all season, and I just kept going to her. We kept working on it in practice. We just kept going for it, and so I knew she was going to have a good night tonight. All season long has been a battle, and we weren't going to come in here and not battle. So I thought every set we believed in ourselves and we competed, and that's all I could have asked for. Well, the past 3 years we haven't made it past the first round, so my motivation is just getting past that first round, that first game, and working for it every game, and just helping my team to do that. Well, we've always had a battle mentality, an underdog mentality, I guess you could say, with our 3-8 start, I think it was. I think that was good for us to have such a tough preseason and, a rough start in the beginning, because I don't think we would have came in here and battled as hard as we did if we didn't have to battle our way out of that.
I think our seniors were just outstanding. I mean, Kylie's been here 4 times, but by far this is the best match she's had at regionals, and I think that's a testament to her and her mentality that's been present all season long. Of let's just be the very best version of ourselves that we can be. Starting with her, she's not as vocal as she is lead by example. She kind of likes that leadership role, but I think she really did that for us this year. And I think our seniors were key. Abby Nolan hasn't seen the floor that much this year. She's had some injuries and things like that, but she took her role very, very seriously as far as being the one to create some levity for our team, positive energy, and Summer also has played an important role on our team this year. And I can't say enough about the quality of these 3 young ladies and how much they will be missed in this program. And I put a lot of the credit for the way we turned around from 3-8 to those young ladies. And I think there was a question at the beginning of the season of where was our leadership going to come from. And I think our captains did a great job. Even Michaela Smith, who is not a captain, did a great job of just bringing a leadership component where I think a lot of people thought there might be a vacuum. I think it was outstanding to watch this group come together. When you're 3-8, you got to do some soul searching, and you got to dig pretty deep, especially for a program like ours who isn't used to being in that position. I can't say enough about how resilient this group was and how they got to work. Every day they came ready to work. We hardly ever had to challenge them in practice to do better, and I think that's why we finished the way that we did. Would we like to have gone another step further? Absolutely, but as I just said to them, I think we have a great deal, when we're able to step away from this and reflect back, I think we have a great deal to be proud of.